Once we've determined where our data is, the next important question to ask is who is accessing my data? If you don't know who is accessing your data, then the rest of your security maturity model does not matter. Because even though we know that we have data and we know that it's sensitive, we have to know who's touching it. The sub-questions will be things like, well, now that we know who's touching it, should they be touching it? And other spawned questions beyond that, but we can't even ask those questions unless we know who's touching our data. So we need to be able to put into both our structured and unstructured data systems that will watch that access, systems that will be able to determine who is accessing the data and create even artificial intelligence or user behavior analytics models to determine what is normal behavior. So we can say, Jimmy is accessing this database. Well, how often does he access that database? How many records does he normally access in that database? And what time of day does he normally access that database in? And have enough information over time to build a profile to determine whether that is considered normal activity or not. So if we can put in systems in place that can help us create these access profiles, then we can have the information pulled out of our system to determine whether or not that data is being properly accessed. This is the #1 indicator of compromise inside structured data, is when we have anomalous activity inside there. If you notice, we don't have news feeds coming in and saying, hey, this organization had 5 records stolen, or this organization had 3 credit card numbers extracted. Most of the time, it's they got 3 million records accessed, or 5 million patient records accessed. Well, if you have proper data modeling capabilities and user behavior analytics, you'll be able to see anomalies, even if those anomalies are exfiltrated in very small increments. We can still determine what's normal and what's not normal. Once we've determined what's normal and what's not normal, we can then create security models around it to take steps to eliminate the concerns that we have. If we're seeing abnormalities in the access of the data, then we can create action plans to say, hey, when we see this anomalous behavior, let's consider it a yellow alert. It's just outside normal behavior. Let's pay attention to it. Or we can even escalate it to say, whoa, 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 this is way outside the normal, and we need to be able to take immediate action, block that user account, block those transactions, block whatever. But until we can tell who is accessing our data and what's normal and what's not, we have absolutely no ability to take secure measures towards the remediation of that security vulnerability.